AI content is complete garbage. And if you want to be a thought leader in your space, if you want to stand out amongst all the noise, it's important to stop playing the game that everyone else is playing. In this video, I'm going to share with you how I'm using AI to not replace my thoughts, but to enhance my creative process. My name is Yuri. Elkaim. I'm the CEO and founder of Healthpreneur. We help health practitioners and coaches scale their businesses. A big piece of you standing out is obviously sharing your ideas, your thoughts. And in a world where everyone's just relying on ChatGPT and Claude to pump out plain vanilla garbage on the internet, the one thing that you have is your expertise, your perspectives, and your wisdom. So the first thing I want to help you with is something that really helped me was understanding the difference between the two voices in our head, the two brains that we're working with. You have the creator and you have the editor. What I want to share with you here is how to separate both and rely on your download, your thought leadership, your wisdom on the creation side, and how you can use AI to help you with the editing side. Trouble is, most people don't even worry about their own thoughts. They just focus on AI, and that's why they will become irrelevant. But not you if you follow this process. At least I think so. So let's start off by understanding the difference between the creator and the editor. The creator is unfiltered, unedited, who cares what's coming out, just let it go. And the editor then is about, okay, let's just fix some stuff up. But I want you to really remember that your goal, your best work is not in the editing, it's in just allowing things to flow. So what I'm going to share with you on the screen here is a document that I use. It's called Business Writings. And what you can see on the screen right here is just a bunch of gibberish, right? Like, how do you even make sense of this paragraph? It doesn't even look like English. So how do we go from this to something that is actually legible and useful for your audience? So I'm going to walk you through my process. There's 3 steps. So the first step here is going to be downloading your ideas, your insights, your thoughts in a way that is full flow. So like foot on the gas pedal, no backspaces, no brakes. And so here's what this looks like. So what I'll do is I will typically set up a timer on my computer for about 6 minutes. I have 6 minutes on my computer. I take out my laptop, or if I'm on my desktop, I close my eyes. And let me just play this out in real time for you, okay? Here's what this looks like. I look like a possessed person when I'm doing this. And this is why if you're in a coffee shop, it might be a bit awkward, but if you're at home, you'll be fine. So let's just play this out together. I'm gonna do some typing for maybe 30 seconds, and this is what it's gonna look like. So, okay, right now I'm typing and I have no idea what I'm talking about, but it's okay. I'm just gonna let things flow and not worry about spelling or backspaces or anything else. To be honest, I don't even know where this is going, nor if these words are even spelt properly. Okay, that's an example of how ugly this process is. Now, if you look at this writing, it's like hieroglyphics. But here's the thing. Sometimes you have an idea of what you want to write about, right? So you might have an idea, you might have something you want to share, but there are other times where you're not sure what to share. And this would be an example. I was just writing and I'm letting things flow. That could eventually turn into something that can come out of the ethers. But the key here, as you can see, is I was typing, I didn't stop. I just even if you're writing about something and you get to a point where the goal here is not to have that. So if you're typing and you're at a point where you feel stuck, you literally write, right now I feel stuck. I'm not sure what else to write about, but I know if I just keep typing, something will flow into my mind. Oh yeah, actually, as I'm typing this, that reminds me, the point I was trying to make was this. So what this does is it just puts you in fast forward momentum, and there's no backspace, there's no correcting, there's no judgment, there's no editing. I know it's tough, right? For a lot of us that are more perfectionists, we want to make sure everything's perfect. This is a beautiful exercise. So what I do is I do 6 minutes of that, and that typically will give me about 1.5 pages once it's all edited. So if you think of an email you're gonna send out your email list, or if you wanna write a social post, remember, this can be turned into a video, short form typically, or it could be the starting point for a long form video. So that's step 1. So the step 1 is we kind of have this download, this brain dump, where it's unfiltered, it's just bleh, throwing it out there. As you can see over here on the left, it shows brain dumps with a emoji of vomiting. That's kind of what this is. Okay, so how on earth do we go from this type of, actually this paragraph here is not too bad. That's actually somewhat legible. Okay, so now here's how we turn this into something useful with ChatGPT. So in this case, I use ChatGPT. You can use Claude, I don't care. The second piece now is drafting it. So this is where I use I call ChatGPT, so I'm just gonna use ChatGPT because it flows better. So here now I have a prompt that I'm gonna give to ChatGPT, and I want ChatGPT to work as my editor. I don't want ChatGPT or AI to write on my behalf, but I want it to clean up what I wrote. So I'm gonna take this writing, okay? So step one is we brain dump, we just get it out, about 6 to 7 minutes of writing. Step two is I'm gonna open up ChatGPT, and I'm gonna simply give it this prompt: clean this up. Okay, so I've given the prompt to ChatGPT here, which is essentially clean this up, and then I put the gibberish in there, and here's what it did. It gave me a legible structure of writing. Now, I've trained ChatGPT on my account to give me paragraphs that are one sentence, so I don't have these big blocks of text, and it's still very conversational. Okay, so I'm not asking to do anything other than just restructure the writing. So now I have this, I can copy that, and I can move it over into my drafts if I want to. Now, before that though, I'm gonna just simply take the next prompt, and here's what I'm gonna do. So this prompt, as you can see on the screen, it basically says, okay, now that we've cleaned this up, let's move to the draft edit. First, identify the payoff or insight from the writing, which is the single idea that makes this piece worth reading. Then reorganize the writing so the payoff lands with maximum impact. So the payoff is the punchline, it's the takeaway, it's the insight, it's the one singular idea, the through line that you want this piece of content to really all come into. So if you think of the structure of most content, we have a hook, we have the meat, we have a payoff, and then some type of call to action, invitation, next step. That's like whether it's writing or video, it's about the same. So what I've done here is I've given this prompt, and I'm gonna take this, and I'm gonna now put this into the ChatGPT, and there we go. Okay, so now what this is gonna do, again, it's kind of like my editor. It's like my assistant editor in chief. And you can see here, so this writing was about scrollers versus searchers. And the big idea, big payoff is like someone who spends 20 minutes watching your videos is a completely different person than someone who watches 4 seconds of a reel. Okay, so then it reorganizes the draft in a way where that payoff lands more powerfully. So if I just give away the payoff in the first sentence, we've lost the tension. We have dissolved the tension. There's no reason to keep reading. So I have to make sure that if I haven't structured it properly in my initial vomit, my brain dump, I want to make sure that my editor, ChatGPT in this case, can help restructure my words, not its own, into a way that lands more impactfully. And that's what it's done here. So this is now a draft. This is the second step in this process. Now, in most cases, that's pretty good and I can keep it there, but I take it one step further. So the final one is a done edit. And here I have one final prompt that says, help me do a final review for my rating. We'll call this a done edit. For this, we're looking for a few things. Read through and remove mistakes. Can we make the opener stronger so it pulls the reader in? And fix the sentences where something can be said better, clearer, or simpler, but without losing the essence and texture of the writing, okay? Now, just for the sake of time, what I normally would do is I would actually take this draft out of ChatGPT back into the Google Doc, and I would make adjustments in my own writing. And then I would take that version, a couple adjustments, not like, the whole thing. I might change a sentence. I'm like, yeah, it's not exactly what I wanted to say. And then I'll take that version and I'll bring it back into this chat and I'll include the prompt I just mentioned. But for the sake of time, I'm gonna just say that I've already done that and we'll put in the final review prompt right here. Okay, so here's the done edit. And again, just to be abundantly clear, these are 100% my words. I didn't say, hey, chat, write me an email about this. That's where you go to die. That's where people are going to become commoditized. And the one thing ChatGPT or AI can never replace is your experience, is your insights, is when you have a situation in your business or your life with clients, whatever it might be, you have that learning, you have that lesson, there's something that happened that you can bake into your writing that then becomes an interesting story to tell. It's very easy to tell when people are just plain vanilla AI content creators because there is no soul to their writing. There's no soul to their content. Hopefully this video is making sense so you can avoid some of that. So let's look at this. So if we look at the starting point, we had this block of gibberish right here. And now we have this pretty much finished, ready to go email. I'm using email in this context because that's typically how I communicate with my audience. So there's a massive difference between someone searching for an answer and someone mindlessly scrolling social media. Think about it. Do you really believe your best clients are doom scrolling reels all day? Or are they actively searching for answers you're uniquely qualified to give? The answer is obvious. Don't get me wrong, I love running ads and will never stop because ads give you instant visibility, which is something I believe to my core because I wrote the damn thing, right? in both this business and my previous one, again, my own story, sorry. So this would be an example of something I would have corrected. We haven't seen a difference in conversion rates. No. It should say we've seen a significant difference. So this is where I would kind of, in the draft, I'd clean that up a little bit. I'm like, actually, that's not what I meant to say. But the world has changed. People rarely click an ad and they immediately enroll. Instead, they open a new tab, they search your name on Google, they search your name on YouTube. And if you're not there to meet that search with content that has value and trust, you will lose to someone who is. Blah, 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 whatever. Okay, so that's it. So that's the email. Now I would sign off with my name, your friend and coach Yuri, PS, maybe there's a call to action. This is my creative process. So what I did initially is I separated the brain dump as the full-on just creation side of it. No backspacing, no slowing down, no pausing and thinking, just let it out and be okay not having it perfect. Again, I'm closing my eyes like I'm possessed and I'm just typing like, I'm like, who cares? Just get it out. Then I've got it out. And then ChatGPT in this case can help me clean it up. I think it was Hemingway or Oscar Wilde who once said, write like you're drunk and edit sober. That's kind of the idea here. It's like I'm writing like I'm drunk and I'm possessed and I'm not really thinking and I'm just letting it flow. Whether it's from me or the higher source, whatever, it's coming through me. But as soon as I block that by starting to question and judge and edit, it's over. So this has been a massively helpful process for me. And you can see like I have lots and lots and lots of these. And these become the starting points for all of the emails that I send to my list. And the cool thing is once I have, for instance, here's some examples of the finished product. So again, this is the searchers or scrollers, and this is the finished version, okay? So now what's cool about this is this email can also be used as because it's about a page and a half, it's not too long. This can be used as a reel, right? Or a short form piece of content. And I can get the essence of it and speak it. Or the cool thing, if you're using Edits, which is an Instagram app, which is free on your phone, you could take the email and like copy paste it as a transcript in Edits, and you can read your email on the phone. And it's really cool. It's very, very hard to know if you're reading based on how the teleprompter is set up there in the Edits app. And so for me sometimes, although a lot of my videos are just kind of like impromptu and like off the cuff, if I do want to say something more structured, I'll just copy paste this into the teleprompter on my phone in the Edits app. And I'm literally just speaking the words that I wrote in my Google Doc. So for me, this has been a really amazing process because if you're like me, and number one, you don't know what to write about if you're staring at a blank screen, if you over edit everything you're writing, this can be a very liberating process. And what I do my best of, I'm not gonna say every day, but most mornings, the first thing I do is if I sit down on my computer, 6 minutes and I go. The whole process for me from start to finish, it's probably about 15 minutes, 20 tops. But for me, I love this because now I have this bank of ideas and insights and things that I've wanted to share that now I have this forever. And so whether you're writing a book, whether you're writing ads, whether you're writing emails, whether you're writing, scripts for short form content, this can be a very useful process. But again, the key thing I want you to get from this video is that you're using AI as your assistant and your editor, not the creator of your content. And I think that is where a lot of people are losing today, and it's so obvious. Whether it's the overuse of M-hyphens or other things, you have to remember that all of us can sniff out the bullshit. All of us can sniff out inauthentic communication. And I think now more than ever before, we are craving authenticity. We're craving connection with whoever it is we're reading from or watching. And I think this is a great process that can allow you to do that. At least it has for me. So there you go. If that's been useful for you, amazing. Please steal it and run with it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe to the Healthpreneur channel. I've got hundreds of other videos to help you crush it in business and help more people and just live a better quality of life. So do that next. If you're interested in potentially working with us and having us help you scale your business, if you're a health practitioner, there's probably some links in the description that can take you to those destinations. And thank you for joining me today. I'll see you in the next video, which should probably pop up right about there.